Oh,
Yeah.
and no one's there.
And no one's there. What's good, y'all? We are going live because we are talking about why our community. Well, you gonna get some business. Go lay down. Come in my room? No, I won't lock him in the room, but you will.
Be bad.
No, lay down. No, he doesn't need to be locked by himself, though. Lay down. Lay down. Alpharetta, sit. Sit.
Alfredo.
Sit.
Stay.
Lay down. Nope, he doesn't know lay down.
Things coming out.
Always. Sit.
Why does it do that?
Because he's excited. Sit. Sit.
But why?
I
What
just
is
like
it?
it.
Lay down. This is laying down.
What is
Nope.
it?
Lay your ass down. Sit. I don't know. Research your dog in the red thing. Sit. Sit, Alpharetta. Now you're peeing. Get from over here.
He's dribble a little tiny.
I'm just trying to go on get some
Stop
business.
touching with your feet. It's not gonna
He likes
He has
it.
a foot fetish.
you
Go on, get some business.
It's not. It's getting better.
Alpharetta, you're gonna go outside. What's good, y'all? We are discussing.
Here in Boston. I probably should put it on. Because you can't see look.
All right.
And it goes away now that you're done.
See him? You saw his back. All right, put him
Go!
Put him in the room. He wants to be by grandma.
But it's gross.
What? It's natural.
He doesn't want to be by grandma for any good reason.
Whatever.
He's using you, grandma.
It's dogs. That's how dogs work.
I need you to move away from my water because your feet are dirty and I don't want you to kick my water. Okay?
Yeah. Go get some business.
This over here.
Hello. Hello.
All right, y'all. So we are here
I
because
need
we
you
are
to get down now. Because I just mentioned.
discussing the man problem in our society. How's everybody doing? We're going this way so you get both of us instead of just one of us or half of each of us. So we're discussing the man problem within our society. I posted on my Facebook page. If you guys aren't following, it's LoneeAppleton. But I posted on my Facebook page, I was just like, if we took the responsibility of preparing the next man for the next woman, I don't know.
Oh,
Michael.
And you're just gonna destroy it. Stop. It's not a toy. Either go put it back against the wall or go put it in the
Actually, just put it in the laundry
laundry room where it belongs.
Please. And pick it up so you're not making too much noise. Thank you.
And anyway, I was like, we took the responsibility of the knowledge that any man that we are dating, because we have a man problem, there's no good men, right? And so if we knew that a percentage, and this is my thing that I'm working, if we have a pie chart, if we have a pie chart of the pie chart, can we acknowledge that at least 1% of our man problem is...
Hey, we're not doing that yet, Kaden, so don't pull it out yet, please.
is we're not helping prepare that man for the next woman. And I know that sounds terrible because you're like, I'm not helping no man. Stop, Kaden. I'm not helping no man. His mama should have did the work. I understand all of that. But I'm out here and I'm looking at all these, sisters helping sisters and women helping women. And I'm looking at all these other things. I was like, I wonder if women knew. Kaden, I'm going to ask you to stop making arbitrary noise. And then I'm going to ask you to go to your room. Everybody's sisters helping sisters, sister support, right? I was like, I wonder if women knew a percentage, 1% of looking out for the next woman is, hey, sis, that man you're dating, you may not end up with that man. But if you taught him something that could be beneficial to the next woman, then you prepared that man for the next woman. Now he gonna go about his business, you gonna go about your business, and you gonna be happy because you got rid of that dead weight. But understand that dead weight is potentially somebody else's man. So you're looking out for another sister. And women are receiving that by, I'm saying, oh, I'm telling women to raise men, or his mama should have did everything. Well, you, sis, probably are raising children and you need help. How many of us have a tribe, we talk about it, How many of us have community? We talk about it. Even in these mom groups, we're really not helping each other raise these children, so we're raising them to our highest potential. And even in everything that I'm doing for my sons, they're still going to align with women when they start dating, and those women are going to be like, hey, do this. Because I only have my highest capability of raising my sons, right? So they're going to encounter women saying, hey, do this, and now they're going to develop all these new skills based off of the women and men and movies and all kinds of things, because I'm teaching my sons to actually learn and think and process. But, you know, they're taking in all this information. Now, when they end up with their wives, they're going to be well-rounded men, ready for the wife. And you know who made that man ready? It started with me, but every woman...
Mommy, they hold it.
You gotta hold it.
I was thinking,
Go
we
ahead.
should move the couch for his birthday party.
Yeah, we're gonna move all this furniture out.
Yeah.
We'll move it around. But
Maybe,
anyway,
like, take out this room, put in your room or something.
so what I'm saying is they're mad at me over in the group and they're rolling their eyes and they're saying, I ain't raising no man and da-da-da-da. I was like, you shouldn't raise a man. But those of you who fully understand what I'm saying is, if you're truly looking out for the next woman and you understand we got a man problem,
You have to set the
then we
standard.
all hands on deck, which means whoever you're dating, teach him something, whether it's because it's going to benefit you or it's going to benefit someone else. Teach him something.
Teach
And-
them positive things too, because I feel like we teach, I wouldn't say manipulation, but people teach unhealthy, toxic behaviors all the time. People don't intentionally teach positive behaviors. And that's what you're basically saying.
Yes, intentionally transfer positive behaviors, whether it benefits you directly or you just know, hey, I'm looking out for the next person because I know how tough it is out there. And if somebody prepared this man for me, then maybe he would be my man. But no one prepared him for me, so I gotta let him go and keep looking. And eventually, if everyone or a large number of us got on board of just looking out for other sisters, and looking out for other sisters is stop dating men in relationships. They're going to move how they move, but you as another woman looking out for another woman, if he got a woman, just walk away from him. You can't desire what you want so badly that you're willing to screw over the next female
And it's all temporary.
to get your temporary needs met.
It's
No,
not even-
look out for
sometimes
each
it
other.
lasts.
This man is goddamn leaf blower.
Sometimes the mistress wins though. Ultimately, the man isn't really the prize.
Is the man ever the prize?
I mean, obviously,
My
women
sons will
chasing
be the
something.
prizes, but
Obviously, women are chasing some sort of, not necessarily status, but some sort of needs to be met to have a man around, and it's always been that way.
and so that is why we got on here, because we want to discuss how many generations is it going to take. Hey Carby, we're having a conversation. How many generations did it take to create the man problem, and how many generations will it take to uncreate the man problem? Because I am raising
Did
my...
you stop at the leaf blower?
He's just taking a break, but he blows leaves for at least an hour. I'm raising men that will be prizes. Oh, hey mama, how are you? I'm raising men who will be the prize, but they're also going to align with women who are the prize. You understand? So it's not that any one person in the relationship brings value, because to me that's what a prize is, something that has value. So it's not that one person within the relationship is bringing value. Both parties are bringing value, and that is raising someone to their highest expectation of self, and also raising them to continuously, everywhere they're going, they're learning, and they're becoming a better version of themselves. So after I finish raising my sons, they're going to continue raising themselves through interactions with other people and all these different things. So it's intentionality. And yes, the men are the prizes. Well, my men will be prizes, but they're seeking prize women. They're not going to be these elite men and they're going to go look for scutter buckets, because scutter buckets goes both ways. It's not just a man thing. It's not just a female thing. Scum is scum. Sorry if I'm using offensive language. One generation can break a cycle for good, is what Cardi says. All right, so I got my whiteboard. One generation would be me, Lonnie. So,
But we're talking future tense.
I am. Well,
Are you saying me is the generation we have, or the generation after Michael that's already coming in? Because I'm thinking she's meaning that.
so
that
should I,
right now.
what name would you like me to write here?
It doesn't matter, but I thought we were talking about you and we said Lonnie. But if we're using a fake name and you're naming it Lonnie, then it's different.
Yeah, I represent a generation,
Got it.
so it's just a name. But you're talking about me, because I represent a generation. So my generation, I don't know, what am I? I'm not a millennial. I am a millennial. Ew. I thought I was the next, but anyway, whatever. I represent a generation. So, per Cardi, Bailey,
Adoy.
Adoy,
I have to say.
much easier to write backwards. Adoy would be the generation to break the cycle. So, whatever I transfer into Adoy's offspring would discontinue whatever cycle we're working to break, is what you're saying, Cardi, correct?
Here's the comment, and here's another comment.
I'm coming.
There's 3 comments.
You
Absolutely.
change,
Say it so when we're playing back the video, you know.
Cardi said?
Well, you can either say that, but like say it like as if you're saying it out loud instead of reading it all slow.
I'm reading sideways.
I know, I'll do it.
Shit.
Hey, Mom, can I have?
You change or break the cycle for your kids, that's because you see what was wrong. Explainio.
That's the name of the generational.
Yeah.
The generation.
I'll
Please
do that.
stop. Just go get some business. Go ahead.
Bailey won't have the struggles or cycle you had, yes. So that's what.
Okay, so that's what
correct.
Cardi is saying. Now when we think generationally, we are thinking as a collective, right? I can break the cycle within my family this is all theory, we working it out. That's why we came on live, because we were like, might as well work it out in front of the people so that the people can learn from this conversation. Glean something, I don't know. Per Cardi, I can transfer, I'm gonna say a third generation. Because even though I'm transferring new ideology to Adoy, I'm still transferring some BS, right? So Adoy has to continue. Hey, we're in shared space, so lower your voices, please.
Michael, can you check on Alfie?
Huh? Sure.
All right, so I can transfer my best practices to Adoy, but even in that, because I'm the one making it up, right? I still transfer some counterproductive behaviors to Adoy. So now when Adoy has children, Adoy is continuing to refine. So Adoy still has some stuff that she shouldn't have, and she's going to transfer to her offspring, knowingly or unknowingly. So now this offspring is going to continue to refine. So I'm gonna say 3 generations. What say you, the other person on the live? What say you, Adoy? I'm gonna say 3 generations. Adoy says 3. Harvey, are you still with that understanding? Are we still with 1 generation? Because it has to be intentional, but you also have to be aware that there's stuff you have to break.
I feel like it's too late for you.
Oh yeah, my generation is shot. But my generation, which is why we had the conversation, because all of this is about our man problem. And we're solving our man problem.
But you can always use this beyond men. If you actually elevated, you would know that this isn't just about men.
Yeah, we're having a conversation, but all this started because I posted in a Facebook group. I was like, if we took the responsibility of knowing that we are actually helping the next woman out by helping teach men new things, I wonder if we would play that a little different. And I said it differently, but what I'm saying is a lot of people received it as, I ain't raising no man, or, his mama should have did it. I was like, well, no, if you knew that everything that you're transferring into a person, and I guess this is a teacher mentality. Everybody's not a teacher, but I'll stand.
Ultimately, but people have the space to become a teacher, and what are you teaching? We're all teaching.
We're all teachers.
Because, like I said, you can teach negative traits, you can teach positive traits. You just have to be intentional about what you're doing. Because people
But that one more time.
just recycle their environment until they make the conscious decision to change.
Can you hear me?
So we're all teachers, and so we need to take that responsibility. But everybody out there isn't a teacher, and so maybe those are the everybody out there doesn't necessarily identify as a teacher, and so those are the people who are like, I'm not raising no man. His mama should have did it, and I ain't worried about preparing a man for the next woman. Well, no one is telling you to feed into a man so that you can now send him off, pat him on the butt, and say, go be great for someone else. But what I am saying is a lot of women are sitting in relationships, myself included, because a time came in my relationship where I was like, man, I done raised this man. I ain't letting another bitch benefit off of this. Like, he may not be perfect, but I done worked damn hard to create this man that I have. I ain't letting him go. Ring the alarm. I've been through this too long. Too many women are with men because they've invested so much time and energy in him and elevated him that they would rather stay miserable with him than let somebody else benefit from him. Because it's a me versus you energy. But if we shift it from a me versus you energy, because everybody out here is screaming sister support. Carby, it's cool now to be supportive, sis. You notice that? It's cool now. When I was saying it wasn't nobody supporting nobody, but now I ain't gonna fuck with it if it ain't support. Well, let's dive a little deeper. I'm not telling you just to support my business. I'm not just telling you to like my content. I'm telling you, if you want to support me, know that energy that you put out into the world, which is a Doy's point, know the energy that you put out into the world affects the next human being. So if you interact with somebody or encounter somebody, feed into them, knowing I may not stay in this relationship, but I know what I'm doing right now in this relationship could benefit the next woman. And if we did that intentionally, we're not helping the man, we're helping the next woman. She doesn't have to have those same arguments because you broke that cycle for her. He's gonna go off and go be great with what cycle you broke for him. And guess what? He's gonna be a great man. But eventually, as you cycle through men, and I'm not saying you're having sex with them, you just, personality, it doesn't work.
It's
doesn't
really
work.
friendship and like it's
Friendship.
The relationship is friendship. It's just people are expecting provision.
Benefits.
Exactly. So it's like there's things that people mix in.
Yeah, so if we knew that, I just think that we would, one, not feel the loss when the relationship ends. Like, oh my God, I invested all this time and energy and now somebody else is going to benefit from it. Yes, you're supporting the next woman. So if you knew you were supporting the next woman, would you really feel bad about investing in anything? Like, you need to put 100% of yourself in everything you do. Coming in and exuding and expecting less than what you know your 100% is, you're playing yourself and you're playing your time. You're taking your life for granted by giving subpar whatever. Anything.
Period.
What Cardi been saying?
No, re-education is always possible by fixing the cycle with your kids. You also are healing your inner child or finding the clarity in the closure for that inner you. So you make the conscious decision to change. You are realizing what was wrong with the cycle. And then she said she's been a girl's girl since before, and people were calling her a square. I've been a girl's girl.
I don't know.
It's called being a square.
I haven't always been a girl's girl.
I've been a girl's girl. I think I was taught to be a girl's girl.
Because there's aspects within myself that were not girls' things. Like, I think now is the time to admit that I have messed with men who are in relationships. I know, forgive me. I know.
But that's like, I feel like that's ABC 1, 2, 3. Like that's plain as day.
But that's not girl activity.
We gotta get deep on that though.
Okay, so what does girl mean?
I mean, it's multiple meanings. Cause I mean, that's an example of it. But you only do that so many times. Like there's other behaviors besides just sleeping with a girl's husband or boyfriend.
But is that girl's girl acting? I know Harvey was like, I know.
Right?
Are you gonna unfollow me?
Thank you, God.
I've been sitting. There's a couple things that I've been sitting on. I was like, I can't let them know this truth about me. They'll hate me. Yes.
Get the pitchforks.
I have been the cause of infidelity in the past, and I don't.
Shoot, I am a creation of.
Damn, you are. But I didn't know. Now look, there's a difference
but you
between.
fall in you get used to the routine of how people treat you in those dynamics. So when you don't know, you feel you're a victim now.
There's a difference between.
Have you taken someone's boyfriend or husband before that situation?
Your dad was my first boyfriend, but he was my boyfriend.
But
No,
did you sleep with
listen, no,
anybody?
this doesn't. I said, ooh,
But did
okay,
you do it
okay,
before?
okay.
So you
I'm saying you-
cheated?
Go mind some business.
You actually did.
Now I'm thinking of my tenure, of what I have known.
I mean, be honest.
Because
with
no,
yourself.
I'm being honest
You don't
because
have to
I
be on
do.
camera, but
Let
think
me
about it.
speak.
You can speak, but I just don't want.
I'm letting you know, known and unknown cheating are two different things. Now, have I messed with men who lied to me and told me that they were single but they weren't? Yes. And I find out later? Yes. Did I go into a relationship knowing that he was in a relationship? I've done that twice.
When was it before or after?
After your father.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll just be in a relationship with somebody or a situationship with somebody, and they're like, I'll find out they got a girlfriend. And at that point, I'm emotionally invested. And I was just like, and I used to tell myself because I wasn't a girl's
Then
girl,
you probably did.
I was just
You
like,
probably
it's
hurt.
not my job to take care. Yes, I have broken homes.
Yeah,
That's
I feel
not
like-
being a girl. So to your point, on the surface, I mess with other women's men. Diving deeper, I was a byproduct of someone's home being broke up, conflict within someone's home. It may not have broken up, but I definitely was one of, because if he cheated with me, he cheated with others. You know, I was one of a woman being in pain. I was a part of a woman questioning her
Self-worth.
self-worth. I was a part of children looking at their parents arguing. I was a part of breaking a home. You know, I was a part of all of that. So on the surface, that's why we got to take ourselves way more serious than the way that we move. And we're like, oh, it doesn't matter. I was talking to someone yesterday who doesn't like a person, but went over their house and broke bread with their family. And I was like, if you don't like this person, why are you breaking bread with them? Like, that's shady. And this is the energy you want to give off? So no, I didn't necessarily just be a byproduct of a cheat situation. But what I did do is destroy homes. You literally are a homewrecker. They give it these cute little names so we don't take it seriously, but I literally was a byproduct of potentially breaking homes. I wasn't the only one. Like, if they cheat with you, they cheat with everybody. We don't know what the potential is, but you ain't the only one.
Right, like I'm saying, you learn from the situations, but at the same time, I'm bringing it up now because it's like,
Yeah, we've all done something shady, friend.
and like there's things that people literally don't tell anybody about. So
Okay, so boom, let's bring our pie chart back in. This is my new thing, Harvey. I ain't dropping June content. First of all, I'm changing the whole format. This whole page probably gonna go obsolete. But
we rocking with you, Carby.
we fucks with you, Carby. So a girls and girl. That's not what we doing. We are girls and girls. Being a girl's girl. In our pie chart, because we've all done something. How many times in my life was I not a girl's girl? And I can say 1% of the time. Now, of that 1%, it could have been a multitude of behaviors, right? It could have been, you know, I remember my cousin was talking, I just said my cousin. I remember my cousin was talking to this dude, but I didn't know because she's so secretive. I can't let nobody know my business. So I didn't know that she was talking to him until after she got mad at me. But, you know, he was just someone that we've known growing up. He was, you know, one of the bros. So whenever we hung out with the Qs, he was there. So he was just a friend to us. That's what I thought. Anyway, we're at some function. I don't know if it's an Omega function or if it's her function and she's helping the Omegas. I don't know, but a bunch of Omegas were there, so we're going to assume it was a Q event. And she's, helping take money and whatnot. And there's nowhere to sit. And this guy is sitting on a game system because it's at an arcade. So he's sitting at like one of those sit down and ride a bike type game systems. And so I go sit on his lap. I'm not sitting on his lap because I'm rubbing my booty all in his, none of that. I'm sitting on his lap because we've been friends for years. At that time, I thought friend meant friend. I didn't know in the pie chart of life, there's different types of friendships. I didn't know that. I just thought friend was friend. That's where we messed up in the first place, because there's all types of manifestation of friendship. Just because someone calls you, so how you doing? Oh, hey, Reed.
Hey.
Just because someone calls you their friend, you have to identify what classification of friendship you are.
Aw, that was cute. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, that's our friend. She going through it. Send her some good energy, y'all. Yeah, I told your business. You gonna get this energy or not, friend?
Right.
Anyway, so of the behaviors, I sat in the boy's lap. Well, my cousin got mad at me. She was like, again. I was like, well, why are you mad at me? Because I'm talking to him. I was like, I didn't know that you were talking to him. I wouldn't have sat in the boy's lap. Well, you should have just known. I was just like, whatever. So to me, there's different things that I have done.
So you feel like it was an accidental non-girls girl move?
What I'm saying is this 1% isn't one activity. This isn't,
It's a multitude of
it's
things.
a bunch of things that happen, 1% of the totality of Lonnie. So of the totality of Lonnie, 1% of the time I have not been a girl's girl, but 99% of the time,
Really?
I think I am a girl's girl.
But are you going through like your entire lifetime?
Mhm. I've always looked out for people, not just women. I've looked out, or girls, I've looked out for people my entire life.
Right. I always feel like old men need more help than anybody else. Like they just seem like they're always asking for help.
Old men?
Yes.
Well, men are ill-equipped regardless of their age. An ill-equipped boy turns into an ill-equipped
Right.
teenager
Like
who
think
turns
about-
into a young man, old man, ill-equipped, and he's always looking for a mother. He's always looking for someone to take care of him. That's where submission comes from. It's ill-equipped men. We're like, how can we force these women to feel obligated to take care of us?
But
You
how-
must submit. That's why they put it in the Bible, because that's been a tool of control since day one. If y'all ain't following me on Facebook, LoneeAppleton, because I be spitting hot fire
What
over there.
about people who compromise their morals, like women who compromise their morals to avoid having to beg?
You have to elaborate.
Like, boom. I'm thinking old man on the street. I see a whole bunch of old men on the street asking for money, but I never see women asking. Do you think women might be using their sexual advantage or whatever they might, be getting on, the moral destruction, just so they don't have to beg?
Morality. I can't spell. Morality. I am a phonetic speller. Y'all gonna get this message or not? Of morality. What Reed say?
Reshared the live.
Thank you, Reed. Of morality. Now, to me, can you truly bend your morals? What does morals mean?
What are morals?
What are morals? What are morals? You use the word.
I feel like morals are ideas or a thought process that you kind of have like as an umbrella over your life,
Where'd your morals come from?
like personal experiences and like kind of what I've learned from a situation.
So that means that your morals can be moved. So are you truly breaking your morals if you said it comes from your learning and it's situational? As you continue to grow and come into different learnings and situations, your morals evolve.
Now I want to put a Google, but I feel stuck because like it should be like that, but like at the same time, what are morals? Because morals and principles go hand in hand. I've heard that like morals and principles together before. And principles sound like something that you might have to be more
Solid with.
Yeah.
Principle seems.
Yeah. Morality. I don't.
Morality, like this is the energy of words. Principles. Everybody says that word and they feel it's like I stand on business.
Right.
Morality
It has more free flow.
is more
energy.
fluid. So, do you live your life according to morality or principles?
But what's the real definition of morality? What's your definition? Because I feel like I just created this little.
Well, you're supposed to, because
But like I can't walk in the world and be like,
my jaw's hurt.
It's
I talk too much,
yellow.
and I never shut up.
or maybe you
It's
should
yellow.
get to moving.
Morality and principles. For me, morality is the thing is we live these words, but we never actually stop and define them. Because if I actually stopped and defined morality, as in every, excuse me, lower your voices. That's fine. You can say that he cheated with a lower voice.
I didn't cheat it.
All these definitions that we have for these things are concepts, first and foremost. Because we understand if we have truly defined something, when someone asks us what we define it is, we don't have to sit and say, well, because we've defined it, right? We already said this is what this is. But if upon someone saying, what's morality? And I have to be like, well, moving with your best interest and the interests of others in mind. I think that's morality. Doing the best good for the collective consciousness is morality. That's my definition.
Hey Siri, what does morality mean?
I like that definition.
Morality means
Yeah, that's
principles
okay.
concerning the distinction between right and wrong, or good and bad behavior.
A particular system of values and principles of conduct, especially one held by a specified person or society, the extent to which an action is right or wrong.
Y'all make sure y'all got y'all's journals. This is what my sister circles are gonna start being like. We gonna start asking some fucking questions and we gonna start doing some work. So make sure y'all got y'all's journals out. You said you wanted to be at the sister circle read. Well, we're here. What's your definition of morality? Doing the most good for the collective consciousness. Alright, and whatever notes you take from the lives and you go into your physical world and do your healing work.
Or
Because
even just sit with it and think with yourself about what you think about what you heard. That's what I do.
yeah, because
Derive meaning.
Because what God has revealed to me is it's not for us to ask, why am I here? As in, why am I on this earth? We are to ask, why am I here?
This is not for you.
Why are you watching this live right now? Not why am I here?
They're not helping.
Why am I here? And if you know you're here for a reason, it's for you to take in as much as you can, and whatever sticks, that's something that you need to take into your future, because these are all little pieces that's shaping your next. So you can't feel lost. If you feel lost, it's because you're not being present. It is important. That's what presence is. Presence is saying, why am I here? And if you truly want to know why am I here, because in the pie chart of why am I here, how much of that is actually actively trying to figure out why you're here? It can just be a fleeting, why am I here? 1%. But those of you who are living within intentionality, now it is 100% pursuit of why am I here? Do you understand? So if you just say, why am I here? And you're thinking life, why am I here? Well, this is the difference between creationism and manifestation, right? Manifestation is the whole pie. Manifestation is 100%. So why am I here on this earth today is manifestation. You want to know, The totality of why I am on this earth. That's what I want to know. Why am I here?
Yeah.
What Spirit is saying, that is manifestation, that is too big. If you knew at the first time that you asked, why am I here, the answer, it would be too much. Ree and I used to have conversations where I would be like, I'm here to save the world. And I was like, I know that sounds crazy, but that's the only language I have. And I've known since I was a child that I came to this earth to do what I'm doing right now. I clearly needed to know, why am I here at 7 years old? And you probably knew at 7 too. If everyone is seeing why they are here, when they're in the energy, this is just dropping in. This is why I speak in contradictions, because as soon as I verbalize something, Spirit says, skirt, because I got to speak to everybody, right? If we all come in and we're so close to Spirit until our parents start messing us up and trying to create many versions of themselves, but if we're so close to Spirit when we come in, then we do come in knowing why we're here, but of course we can't verbalize it, we can't articulate it. I wonder if as a child, I cannot remember physically like, oh, I must go help the homeless man. Can I help? Can I help? Can I help? That's not the help I'm here to do. But I can see throughout my entire life, I never understood why people were mean to me. I was like, I'm nice. Why are you mean? And every time they gave me feedback, well, it's this, well, it's this, well, it's this, well, it's this. My best friend once told me, I'm the only person that likes you. And I was like, damn, but it's the truth. I was so energetically defensive that I repelled people. And so that's the plight of being one of God's chosen, that it hurts you to be rejected. That's a sign. Anyway, so I'm thinking throughout my entire life, I have always questioned humanity. I've always been angry at humanity. I've always been mad at people because I'm just like, y'all are just stupid. Like, y'all hustling backwards and don't even see it. Meanwhile, I'm in it and living it. I know I'm not of it, but I'm in it. I don't know how to disassociate from humanity. Who's done it? We doing it now, but who's done it? And so, Spirit's dropping in a message for you, Ree. I hope you're still there. But you can't be so... It's not for you to know why you're here. It's for you to trust that you know.
Can you play with him for a moment?
Can y'all go in the room?
Okay,
I want you to both go in the room. You can watch TV. Just don't jump on my bed. Please. Anyway, it's not for you to figure out why you're here. You came pre-programmed knowing why you're here. So you, in your brain, it's the same as when you come to someone, she's in the room, it's the same when you come into someone who, don't take it from me, and you tell them, I'm planting a seed for your future self. You have to understand that the seed was planted for the you that is questioning, why the fuck am I here? The you that is questioning that the seed was planted the day you decided to come and physically manifest into this lifetime. So it's for you to not take that for granted. Don't take the fact that you came here for a specific reason, and that reason is pre-programmed in your DNA, in your consciousness. So it is not for you to figure out why you're here. It is to figure out who the fuck you are. And only do that by diving into your divinity. Whatever your chosen pathway is to God, it is to God is for you to get so deep into that, because as you seek God, you seek yourself. You seek that God energy within yourself. And who gave you your program? Who gave you your program? So why the fuck are you asking anybody else why you're here? Stop watching them people. They're clouding your brain. They're charlatans. They're here to confuse you. The only person you need to be talking to is you. Period. For the next 30 days, I'm going to miss you, but log off of fucking social media. Put your books down. Don't touch a crystal. Don't touch a sage. Don't touch a nothing. And you sit with your fucking self and seek God. And as you come into your God energy, your confusion will all go away. Because you have to understand that everything is on purpose. I don't go live. You never catch my lives. But here we are. So understand that, why am I here? Whether I deliver you a message specifically or I'm delivering a message, understand you are here. If you hear my voice, this is why you're here. It may not be the message in totality, but it will be a piece of the message. And of the pie charts, there has to be a percentage of relevance to your life to help you solve that which has been impeding you. I don't like the word problem. I like an impediment. I'm using impediment because that's the word that came to me, but there is something that is blocking you and you have to figure out how and why am I here? Why are you in your car? Why is that man standing on the corner? Why is that dog crossing the street? Why is he with that goddamn leaf blower right now? Why? Do you understand when you were born, you were asking why? And the off adults told you to stop asking. Don't ask me why. We literally tell our children, don't question me. Like, we shut it off. We shut them off from divinity because we're shut off from divinity. So it's time for you to wake up. All right, I'm done delivering messages. Go off.
Can we do the puzzle now? I'm kind of bored.
I'm not. But anyway, how many generations is it going to take to fix this man problem? Carby says 1. Adoy and I say 3. And here's what we got. Oh, you're talking about morality. The point that I wanted to make about morality is it's a moving target. And if you truly can break your morality to do something, that means that your morality is not a principle. So based off of Webster's dictionary or whatever the hell definition, a morality is a principle. So we have to understand we're living in the free flowingness of morality, which it should move. Morality should be free flowing. If you live in a cave, then your morality is going to look a little different than if you live in the city. So morality should be free flowing based on exposure. But as you go through, there's certain things as you flow through your morality that become a principle. Some shit that I don't slide by, right? Because every word usually has multiple definitions. I'm in the free flow of morality, but there's some things that become a principle. So that's what morality means. Should our own morals be a part of our principles?
It does say that. What?
What do you mean? The definition say, oh, I thought you said I read it and you're like, it does say what I read. I was like, you're such an asshole. Because that would be an annoying thing to do. Say, good job reading, Lonnie. It says it in the definition, but why are we living our lives according to their definitions? We can be aware of their definitions. Like I said earlier, I wouldn't even be able to... What did I say earlier? I can't function in this world. Boom, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that. But then I forgot what I said earlier. When I say extra words, it just takes me off my square. I need to be quiet. What did I say earlier?
Principles. Immorality.
I don't remember. Should our own morals be a part of our principles? It's the pleasure principle.
I'm done.
Principle of pleasure. You can go. No one's holding you
But
here.
I want you to do the puzzle with me.
I will. As soon as I have to close my live, I don't just say, today I'm not. I'm closing my live. I feel we had class today.
You're
Did we
funny.
have class?
Alright.
This is my bag. You want me to stop my bag and go do what you want to do, but you want me to abruptly stop what makes me happy to go do what you want?
You to
So,
abruptly stop.
exactly.
I just
So
want like a time frame of when you'll be done.
So stop sitting next to me saying, I'm over this, I want to go. Because usually when you want to go, you just go. So you want me to go with you. So allow me to go with you my way.
We're vocalizing this now, and it wasn't vocalized before.
I know. So we are now taking our morals to a principle. Let a bitch end it the right way. That was my tie-in. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying, but my child is rushing me. They're so spoiled.
Take your time,
They're
Lonnie.
spoiled.
Take your time, Lonnie.
You see how they just take. No, this is a working relationship. Adoy, I'm getting fed here, sis. I need a moment with your mama.
Aww.
Who is the GOAT? Hey.
Sorry.
Tell the people about your girl. Tell your people about your girl. I know she's selfish.
That's not what she said. She said that she needs her time.
I know you want your time, but you have me all the time. But Riri,
I'm not even saying any kind of rebuttal. I'm just explaining that.
you have any specific questions, Riri? Can I run you some game real quick, or we could just ride the vibe? Yeah, we were saying generation. So, you seen on Facebook where I posted, women should take the responsibility that they're preparing a man for the next woman more seriously, and women got upset because it's not my responsibility to raise a man, and that's not all what I was saying. What I was saying was, in every space that you go, you should elevate it, whether you're going to remain in that space or not, and that feeds into humanity. Whether you're going to be my friend for life or not, that doesn't mean I shouldn't feed into you, right? Whether you're going to be my man for life or not, that doesn't mean I shouldn't feed into you. Now, we don't feed leeches. We don't feed that which does not want to be fed. And that oscillates. Because there's times that Adoy is open to being fed, and there's times where Adoy is like, Mom, I know. So it oscillates. Oops. Thank you for the love. Ooh, my lower back acting up. But in that oscillation, I was just saying, if we're truly sister supporting out here, like Adoy said earlier, that's too surface. Buying your bookery, that's too surface. Yeah, that's support. Going back and forth with you in the comment section and laughing with you, that's surface. That's surface sister support. But all of that surface is doing something under the surface, right? There has to be a physical world manifestation of something in order for it to penetrate the soul. So before I can even reach your soul, something has to happen in the physical world to make it take place. And so, yeah, all of it's surface. But if we could look at the surface and see how it's affecting underneath, now we can address our morality. So I can admit on the surface I've done things that weren't a girl's girl thing. But off of the surface I can go down and address, yeah, maybe I did sleep with somebody else's husband. Yeah, everybody does that. Who cares? His wife cares. His children care. His household cares. Another woman's peace cares. Another woman having to figure out her entire life. I have a client who right now, she is figuring out how to be alone after being married for 2 decades of her life. And of those 2 decades, she's been with this person since she was 16. So she is the woman that she is because it was developed in this relationship. No matter what the relationship looks like, the woman who she is today started in this relationship. And she has to figure out who she is outside of this man for the first time in her life as a grown-ass woman in a whole new body, got kids, like her whole fucking life is different than that 16-year-old little girl. And she has to figure out who she is because of another woman who didn't respect that her actions caused this other woman to have to figure out her whole life. Now we get it, the man did, the woman did. I know, that's surface shit. But can we stop being so fucking daft that we're willing to live on the surface? Can we actually see what the fuck our actions are doing? And that's morality. So boom, there you go. Tied a nice little bow on that. Down. She grew up in the relationship. Exactly. I think we all do, especially after marriage and kids, because we become new versions of ourselves, but we don't have to. I know this isn't what you're saying, but this is what Spirit is aligning with your comment. So I'm going to pull what Spirit is saying from the words that you prompted. Thank you. We must raise our daughters, not just our sons, to value their bodies and to not spread themselves around like just because, like, yes, there's man whores, and most of them are. In the pie chart of life, 99% of men are whores. It's because their moms probably never told them to respect their bodies, and they were raised by their peers who are whores. Whores flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. They whore together. But we must teach our daughters to respect other women. And we can't teach our daughters from the surface. We have to say, I need you to understand, when you entertain another woman's man, these are all the things you're truly doing. If we just tell our kids that, ooh, this is beautiful, thank you, God. If we just tell our kids, don't mess with another person's person, that's off. Well, then that leaves our morality. I'm sorry it looks like this. Hold on. Because this is a good message and I want y'all to get it. Morality. Is that spelled right? Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I checked myself. I had to decide, is getting that ink off your leg more important than me putting my spit on your leg? And then I thought, you know, she will kill me if I do that.
I won't kill you, but it's definitely like
you would get up and get mad and leave. Energetically, you would shut me down. You're like, I can't believe this motherfucker right here. Be quiet.
right. That's
So
going over my boundaries.
yeah, definitely. That's a standard. That's not a boundary. You put the boundary up in the first place to be like, hey, mom, that's not cool.
The standards.
So once it became, you elevated your standards. So I could bump up against your boundaries because they are morality. They're free flowing, right? Your boundaries are case by case, you know. Listen to this. I'm giving it to you.
This is trying to loop me back into the TV show.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is, you just brought up something that I've been contemplating. And it's funny because I went through two different words and I chose contemplate. Anyway, no, what I'm saying is boundaries are temporary.
Right.
Standards are permanent. Just like morality is free flowing and principles. Principles. I think that's how you spell it. Yo, y'all gonna get this knowledge or not? I can't spell, but I'm gonna give you what I got. So y'all get. Oh, reset, come back. Y'all get hung up on the fact that I can't spell if you want to. I've already acknowledged it. And it's not something I want to develop, so I will live in the space of can't.
Reset, come back.
Yep. All right. So boundaries are, boom, I bumped up against something. Hey, friend, don't do that. And at that point, it comes into, let me put that down because that's not relevant right now. And so it comes into the space of, oh, I didn't even know I had a problem with that, or I didn't let this person know that I have a problem with that. Who knows why the circumstances arose, right? But in that, you have allowed this person to be in your space to exhibit this behavior for however long, unless this is the first time. And potentially, you didn't know that this was a thing until it becomes a thing. Like the way my husband used to talk to me was okay, but now how he talks to me, it's a problem, so now I have a boundary. It wasn't a standard, it was a boundary. A boundary can be overcome to me. A boundary.
A standard is more like a non-negotiable.
Yeah, a standard. Just like morality.
So what are
Principle.
Are value standards?
Don't bring in another context if you want me to get off this damn horn.
I don't care anymore. You're right.
But no, let me finish this. Hold up, I think Spirit told me I'm not supposed to share nothing that's gonna be in the book. But just
talking to Reed.
well, Ree, you are the only one here, so let's have this conversation.
I'm saying.
No, but anyway, so a boundary. A boundary is just coming to a place of I have some work to do here, because a person wouldn't even come to this space, wouldn't even be able to come into this space unless they were allowed into that space. Sometimes they knowingly walk into that space, like we still let them, because our morals are not principles. Because once our morals become principles, we stand on that stuff. You will not. You will lose access to me, period. And there are some things in our life where we are like, period.
Right.
Those are principles. Those are standards. So here, look at God. I've been messing with this, and God is giving it to me. Boundaries, BOUN. Aries.
Yep.
And then standards. Told you he'd be back.
Huh?
The leaf blower.
He's back.
He's back. All right, I need to find the top of this marker. Anyway, so morality and boundaries, principles and standards. Now, morality and boundaries, they're movable. They're free flowing. A boundary can be bounded. A morality can be moral. You know, morality. It's a free flowing word. I don't know. You figure it out. Anyway, principles sounds like it's a principle. Standards is I'm literally standing. I'm standing on business. All right. So this is the alignment that we're making, and the thing is, we have to put up boundaries until it becomes a standard, and we may come into a space of a situation happening either because somebody is pervasive, but even in that pervasion, we've allowed them to be pervasive, right? If somebody does it, shame on me, shame on you, shame on it, I don't know. But if someone does it the first time and we let it ride, and they do it a second time and we let it ride, and we just, because we choose not to have principles and standards but live in morality and boundaries, we have to make ourselves feel better about allowing someone to mistreat us because, oh, that's just so-and-so and I accept them for who they are. No, you have no backbone. You're not standing on nothing, because you know in every area of your life that you stood on something, it became law. It became law. And you know that. So don't sit here and play yourself and try to make yourself feel better by allowing someone to move free-flowingly in your life and they're not moving the way you want them to. I don't deal with nothing or nobody that don't make me feel the way I want to feel. I will shut down in a second. And Dre tries to make me feel bad, but I'm like, all right, I'm done with this conversation. No, you can't just walk away. I was like, I'll stand here and you can keep talking to me. Hey, Pat, I'll stand here and you can keep talking to me, but I'm done with this conversation because I have nothing else to add. And that which I was adding to the conversation, you weren't receptive to. So I'm casting my pearls among swine. That's my new favorite. I will not continue casting my pearls among swine. I know that everything that comes out of this mouth is value add. So why would I ever give anything away to someone who is going to just cast it and say, fuck it, I deserve more than that. I am more value add than that. So I don't give nothing away. What you say?
Okay, so what are you doing, Lonnie?
I don't know. Our principles, bricks of a foundation. All right, so we're talking foundationally, which means there has to be a starting point, but you need a strong foundation. Morality and boundaries will not build a strong foundation. Morality and boundaries will allow there to be constant movement in your life. And God is saying constant movement is not to be confused with inflexibility. You must remain flexible, so there has to be a filtration system. Morals and boundaries are necessary. You cannot You cannot move in principle, because you will encounter different people all day long, and this is how you stand in judgment, because you have now formed an inflexible view on something, and now you go into the world on any given day, and somebody who contradicts that inflexible view, now you stand in judgment of them. So you have created a standard or a principle on something that just needed a bit development. Because if you're like, well, not in this case, well, not in this case, well, not in this case. Well, if you can live in a will you bring me my charger? Well, if you can live in a well, not in this case world, you ain't standing on nothing. Because, well, in this case, you ain't standing on nothing, but also this is necessary in order to get here. Because you have let some things in, and you're like, yeah, that ain't it, so we ain't doing that ever again. Or you have let some things in, and you're like, okay, I like that. This is what we gonna do all the time. And then you have let some things in, and you're just like, yeah, no. But, so, the power of 3. It's all 3. I don't know what I was talking about.
Principles.
I know the general.
foundations,
Okay, so if I haven't made the point,
standards.
yeah.
Boundaries, morality.
If I haven't made the point, people's entry point is at the boundaries
Bro.
maturity space.
he's-
And then from there, now they got a little play area to kind of come up with the principle. All right? So you don't just jump to the principle. You come in with the morality and the boundaries. So you're saying, hey, but I like you. So how can you remain in my life? How can we refine this? How can That's why that's even worse than before.
I know, honey. Can you?
I don't know what's going on. I was just acknowledging, like,
Y'all are very needy.
my goodness. On the pie chart, how much?
100%.
Anyway, I've lost my train of thought. But you said something. Oh, boom. Thank you, Ree. What your comment told me was we need to raise our daughters knowing. Go lay down. We need to raise our daughters knowing that
Come on.
to respect another woman. Boom. There it goes. That's why I got on mine. And then I went on principles. I'm here. I'm back. We need to raise our daughters not just having those surface conversations. Don't sleep with another woman's man. It's tacky. Well, somebody out there may make it look less tacky, so you never actually helped her set a principle. You only gave her morality, an opinion. Your opinion is tacky, but her favorite person.
Opinions are subjective.
Exactly. And her favorite person who has a platform and appears to have everything that she desires, not you, old dusty ass mama, but the person who actually emulates what I choose to be, she's sleeping with somebody else's man. So I don't know, mama. I don't think it's that tacky. So you have to make sure when you're teaching your child something, you go deeper than the surface. When you sleep with another woman's husband, this is what you are doing. And are these things that you want to be a part of? Do you want to be a part of the end of someone's family? Do you want to be a part of someone trying to figure out who they are at 40? Do you want to be a part of children wondering where their father is? Do you want to be a part of...
Imagine you have a baby with that person, and now you have that baby that nobody wants around.
You just literally snatched that out of my head. I was like, if she is I was like, you're the product of an outside child or a broken home. You just snatched it out of my head, and I almost felt it. I was like, take it, Adoy. But yes, do you want to be a part of that? And most of the time, your child is going to say, no, I don't want to be a part of that. So now you just went from morality, which is free flowing depending on the circumstances, to principle. I stand on business. I will not be that to another
This
woman.
is actually a good little program. I wonder what his things are at the school.
Ooh,
Can you give me
and
the
I'm
time?
recording it. Ah, go off the door. Yo, I'm auditioning, y'all. This is it. This is it. I can get off now. God has spoken. Y'all have a good day.
Love you. Appreciate the support.
Oh, before I leave, I never give y'all a chance to say bye. Thank you guys. And if you have any last words, I'll wait a few seconds so we can close our conversation properly.
Yeah, no, I guess you got excited now.
Because you said what needed to be said. I tell you, every conversation I have, and I ain't gonna start back up,
Right.
but every conversation I have, God delivers the message in the last 5 minutes. I will have a 2-hour conversation, and in the last 5 minutes, the gem will be dropped. And I'm like, well, shit, that's why I'm here. You have a great day.
Right?
Thank you both. You're welcome, Bree.
We appreciate you as well.
I hope I was able to help you with your issue. You can send me a DM and let me know. Or you can tell me now.
You should DM in general. You don't do it now. Don't do it now, please.
I would just like to know. Double tap the screen if I helped you with your issue. DM. Well, damn it, double tap the goddamn screen. Do I know I helped you with your issue or not? Okay, thank you.
She's asking for a lot.
No, I'm not. I just helped Ree get her life back. The least she could do is double tap the damn screen for me. I think it's worth a double tap.
I'm working on teaching her humility.
I am humble. Let me finish this real quick, because I didn't finish this. This is important. Look, this little piece of boo-boo in the corner reminded me. This right here. This is why I didn't erase it until now. I'm going to do this in 5 minutes or less. This right here is the totality of why am I here. This is manifestation. You knew this when you came to this earth. You knew why you came to this earth. So you don't even need to ask that question. You need to access this. It is in you already, okay? So it's not about why am I here? It's how do I get back to knowing why I'm here because it's in me. Now how you get back there is G-O-D. It may say dog for y'all, but it says God for me. And that is how you get back to why am I here. Whatever your access point is to God, that's your business. Tap into the energy how you tap into the energy. But this is how you get back to this. And this isn't you diving deeper into your career. This isn't you doing anything in the physical world except for going to your chosen methodology in your holy book and getting into the law, God's law. Spirituality is so free flowing. What is God's law? You choose what law you subscribe to, but you must read the user manual. Yes, it's all lies, but there's some damn good truths in there. And as you watch me elevate my life through God, you're going to realize that bias that you created, the pie chart of life, yes, there are some lies. There are some lies in the Bible. These are the lies in the Bible. All these lies. You see all these lies? You are right. But I'm going to read that motherfucker because that little piece of truth right there, I'm going to get it. And everyone who chooses to go into their chosen holy book, they going to get it. And we are going to use our spirit of discernment, which we developed in our spiritual state, to discern the truth from the lies. So it's not for you to ever turn your back on anything. It's for you to learn how to navigate within it. Because I tell you, God done took my ass through the pits of hell to learn who God was. I went through hell. Half of y'all ain't even willing to go. I'm not saying it's necessary for you, but for me, I had to see everything in order to help everyone. Anyway, so why am I here? I just want to finish this real quick. Why am I here? You re-access that through God. As you get closer to your divinity, because you are God, as you get closer to your divinity, you return to why am I here? But that is manifestation, the totality. Creationism, hold up.
Creationism.
Hold up. Creationism. Meh. There you go, Ree. Creationism. See, that's the benefits of being part of the community. So, in creationism, it goes from why am I here, totality, to why am I here, right now, this very second. And when you see the clues that are before you, and you ain't just be intentional. You ain't got to be like stressing yourself out, like trying to. That'll help you with your visualization skills. So, but you ain't got to know. What do you walk away from? Be like, man, I was listening to that live, and all I heard was that goddamn leaf blower. If that is what you remember, I'm like, oh, that's stupid. What was she saying? No, God told you to remember the leaf blower. So you don't get to determine what has value and what doesn't anymore. It's out of your hands. That is, you've been here long enough. That is soul work. Your spirit needs to step out of this. We going into soul work. So everything you think, tell your brain to shut the fuck up. Your intuition is developing. And that is creationism. It's cool to manifest because that desire to know is what will lead you back to God. So it's cool to manifest. But understand, you have always been creating. You have always been in a space that can answer some questions for you. But as when you go into intentionality and go from why am I here to why am I here, now you find meaning in every single moment of your life. And I'm honestly done. Ego has to have several seats. But in the totality of ego, it's got to have some value in there somewhere, even if it's a sliver. Ego has a value or God wouldn't give it to us. Just because we allow it to be manipulated, that ain't got nothing to do with God. So I think it has a value. But we're not going to get into that. We're going to go do a puzzle. Family time. So you have a great day.
Thank you once again.
Thank you. See you in the DMs, Ree. Don't say nothing crazy while I'm still recording.
I wouldn't have. I just.
I'm happy that's over. Hold on.